What's good, YouTube? We back for another video. And before I get into it, I hope you guys have been locked in and taking care of yourselves, right? So, I just want to let y'all know something, right? If I sound out of breath, man, it's because I literally just did 100 push-ups. So, you feel me? I was getting lustful. So, I went up, cranked some push-ups, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I'm okay now. I'm locked. I'm back locked in. I feel like doing push-ups is literally the best way for me to just lock back in, you know, because I did this like twice today, right? First time I did like 50 earlier, and now I just did like 100 because I was starting to get lustful and I was starting to get distracted. So I went ahead and did 100 push-ups. So yeah, my chest is pumped. But yeah, anyway, enough about that. I made this video before, but it was too long, so I decided to remake it so I can like make it shorter. But I'm gonna be talking about determination, man. All right, hear me out, man. Determination is very important to get what you want, okay? If you don't have the determination to get something, you're not gonna get it, okay? And what is determination? It's basically that willpower that you have to keep going at something until you get it. No matter how long it takes you, no matter how many times you fail, no matter all the struggles you have to go through, you keep going until you get it, okay? And that's the reason why a lot of people never get what they want, is because they don't have that mindset of, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to keep at it until I get it, you know? A lot of people, they want something and then they'll try to go for it for like a while, but then when it gets hard or when they don't get the results right then or when they fail, they give up, you know? But you can't do that, man, I'm telling you. Because if everybody had that same mindset where after one time they just give up, nobody would achieve anything in this world. The people that have the most things in this world, that are the most successful, they literally were determined to get those things, okay? You know, a lot of them put their minds to it. They literally saw themselves with it. They had a goal in mind. And they told themselves that they're going to work and put in that work until they get it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times they fail, until you get it, man, okay? I'm using myself for example, okay? I'm going to tell y'all a little quick story time, but I'm going to make sure it's like a lot shorter than the video I had before. So I had the determination even back when I was a kid. You know, I didn't even realize it, but back when I was a kid, man, I was a band geek, okay? So I was into band, all right? So basically what I was doing was that I was very passionate about playing an instrument, because back when I was in 4th grade, I had saw people that were in 5th grade play instruments, right? And they were playing music, and I thought that was so super cool, you know? So I wanted to do that, right? Fast forward, I actually like went and tried to play some instruments, and I ended up, you know, wanting to get a clarinet, right? And that summer before 5th grade, I got me a clarinet, right? And once I got it, I was so happy, and you know, I was already watching videos of how to put it together, how to play and everything. So I was like, okay, the moment I put it together, I'm gonna be able to play this thing and I'm gonna be able to go crazy. But it wasn't like that at all. So the moment I put it together, the moment I started playing it, I couldn't make a sound. All right, I could not make a single sound. I was literally doing this. And I didn't understand why, okay? But I was gonna keep trying, okay? Because I'm like, okay, I gotta make a sound off this thing, right? So I kept trying, still getting this, okay? And after a while, man, of me trying, I started to get kind of doubtful, because I'm thinking like, man, why can I not make a sound? I was getting frustrated at times. I was really getting upset because I just couldn't understand why I couldn't play it. I was watching all these YouTube videos, different tutorials on how to play the instrument, play the clarinet, different ways of trying to get your first sound. Tried everything, still couldn't get nothing, you know? And on top of that, my fam actually rented that clarinet for me. So they actually spent their money on me. So it's like, I had to do something because I didn't want them to waste their money, okay? Because they would be mad at me if I had them waste their money on me like that. You know what I mean? So I had to figure out something, okay? So what I ended up doing was I kept trying. Still nothing, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I spent like almost the entire summer before 5th grade trying to make a sound on that instrument, okay? And a lot of people at that point would have probably gave up. They would have probably been like, you know what, man, it's not even worth it, forget it. But for some odd reason, I kept trying. I don't know why, to be honest with you. Now looking at it, it's crazy that I had so much determination just to make a sound out of this instrument. So that's what I did. I kept trying. No matter how many times I struggled, no matter how many times I failed, I kept trying. And even though I kept failing and I kept getting frustrated, I kept trying anyway because I felt like I had to. I didn't want to be the one person in my band class that didn't know how to play an instrument, that didn't even know how to play his instrument. So I kept trying, and right when I thought all hope was lost, one day I watched this video of this girl making the song on the clarinet for the first time. And I ended up doing the same thing she did, not even thinking it was going to work. I didn't think it was going to work. I just decided, I'm finna just go ahead and do it. Okay? Because at this point, nothing else has worked so far. I watched almost just about every video I could think of. So when I seen this video, I didn't really think much of it. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to just try it, right? Because at this point, I told you I had that determination. For some odd reason, I didn't give up. So when I actually went to try it, I actually made a sound. All of a sudden, I made a sound. And the moment I did, bro, I got so freaking happy. Okay? And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but the determination I had just to make a sound on a clarinet, just to make a sound, bro, was probably one of the best that's probably one of the best, the best times that I would say best time, the most determined I've been in I don't know how long, okay? Because I was so determined to play that instrument that it's like, even though I should have given up, but I didn't. For some odd reason, I still kept trying. And part of it was probably because, like I said, I didn't want my fam to waste their money, because technically if I couldn't play it, then they would have wasted their money, because they had to rent it. And then on another hand, I was very passionate about it, I didn't want to do all this for nothing. I mean, I actually wanted to be on the band and play on the band, right? And then third, I didn't want to be the only kid in class that didn't even know how to play his instrument, because I would have felt super embarrassed. You know what I mean? So all those three things combined kept pushing me towards trying to make a sound. And once I made a sound, y'all, I literally got, it was up from there, man. Okay. The moment I got into 5th grade and I got into band class, I already knew how to play the instrument. I already knew how to put it together and everything. And while I was so afraid of me not being the one that know how to do anything, it was actually the other way around. I actually knew more than the kids that were in band class, because a lot of the kids didn't even know how to put their instrument together, let alone make a sound. And meanwhile, I'm over here already know how to put it together, take it apart, clean it, and I already know how to make a sound. Just because of that determination I had just to make it sound, it literally had me ahead of the class. And I kept that determination throughout my band career, right? It was short-lived, but it was real good. And because of that determination, I ended up going really far with it. I ended up becoming, 1 year later in 6th grade, I ended up becoming, qualifying for region band, which is literally like being the best in the city, okay? So I literally ended up qualifying to be the best in the city. I was actually first chair in 6th grade, and I ended up switching to a bass clarinet. So one that was, bigger, larger, and deeper, okay? And once again, I had nobody to teach me. I used YouTube. My determination alone got me through it. You know what I mean? I literally taught myself using YouTube how to play an instrument. And because of that, I literally got first chair. You can literally look my name up. I'm not going to dox myself, but if you were to look my name up, You literally see it right there. Okay? Literally. And I was literally the youngest. I was the youngest person to have qualified for Region Band, because when I actually went to, the concert, or, travel to, where other people have made it, I was actually the youngest one. Everybody else was older than me, 7th, 8th grade. Me, I was 6th grade. I was the only one in my grade level that literally made it there, and that was first year on top of that. Literally. Like, I had put so much determination, and I just kept getting better, right? And I literally was getting ready to qualify for state, for all state. And I could have potentially been the best in the state, but I never got a chance to audition because I got sick. So I kind of missed out on that opportunity. But fast forward, like a year later, I was still doing good. Like 7th grade, I was still doing good. But I think 7th grade was when I had the opportunity to qualify for all state, but I didn't get it, right? Because I just wasn't there. But I still was doing good. I was still going crazy. At this point, I literally surpassed everybody in my class. I was that good because I had that determination from the jump, and I already had the passion. So every day when I got home, I practiced on that instrument every single day. It didn't feel like a chore to me. It was fun to me. I loved doing it, But once 8th grade hit, man, I slowly started to slip away from it. Or I ain't gonna say 8th grade, 7th grade. I was going through a lot at home, and I ended up just kind of slowly drifting away from it. And then in 8th grade, same thing, just kind of started going downhill. Then once COVID hit, I just instantly quit, man. But I was also so good that they literally gave me an award from my school. They gave me an award from my school, and it was called the Best Musician Award. I was that good because I had that determination, all just from, trying to make it sound out the instrument. So I tell y'all this story to tell y'all this, right? I know that a lot of y'all probably don't care about band, or y'all probably don't even really know what it's like. But I told y'all this story because I want y'all to understand that if you can use like that determination that you have, man, it can literally make you succeed in anything. Guys, my main goal was just to freaking make a sound on that instrument. That was it. Okay? If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have made it as far as I did. I literally got first chair in Region Band, which is the best in the city. Youngest, by the way. Then on top of that, I literally got a award from my school, the Best Musician Award. Out of the whole school, I did, and I was in 6th grade too. Then on top of that, I almost could have qualified for all state, which means being the best in the state. But like I said, I got sick, so I never know. But all that because I had that determination just to make it sound on the instrument. So imagine if I have that same determination on YouTube, the same determination to start a business. Okay, and I have another example too. Actually, back in 2024, I was actually in my entrepreneurship phase. Okay, and I still am, but I kind of like took a break from it, right? But 2024, I was starting businesses. I was trying different businesses, different side hustles, everything. And my main objective was just to get a sale. Okay, because of course I was on Instagram and I seen people get sales and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, man, I want to get a sale. So that's what I did. I worked, I researched, I learned how to do these business modules, these little side hustles, and for the longest time, I didn't get not one sale. For the longest time, but you know what? For some odd reason, once again, I kept trying. No matter how. For some odd reason, no matter how long it took me, no matter how many times I failed or how many times I wasted money, I was not going to stop until I got a sale. Literally. Like, I don't know why, but I just was not going to stop until I got a sale. So what I ended up doing was I had that same determination like I did with trying to blow an instrument. But this time it was with business. We're trying to make money online. Because at that time, I really didn't want to work a job. So that was my main motivation. Because I was trying to prove to myself that I can actually make money online without working a job. So I did. I put in a lot of work. But I wasn't getting nothing. I wasn't getting no results. And I was starting to get frustrated. Same with that. You know, I was starting to get frustrated. I was starting to get depressed. And there was one time I even made a video. And then, one day, after months of trying, I finally ended up getting a sale. And then I got 2. And then I got 3. Then I got 4. And all of a sudden, I was getting a good bit of sales. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, no way. I did it. Right? I finally got what I wanted. And I was actually at my job when it happened. Okay? And then I had another business module, like an online store that I was doing. And same thing. It took me a long time. I tried everything. But I couldn't get a sale. But I didn't give up. I kept trying. No matter how many times I wasted money, no matter how many times, I kept trying, and I kept trying, and eventually, I got a sale. Now, I couldn't keep it going because I didn't have the money to reinvest back into it. But the fact of it is that I actually got a sale. I actually got sales. So for that little bit of time, I actually was able to make money online, like the people I see on social media. You know, I know you might see people on social media, you know, getting a lot of sales, you know, seeing that Shopify, you know, thing. Bro, it's not fake, man. That stuff, that is real. But it's going to take a lot of determination. And I feel like it's God testing you to see how far you're willing to go. How many times are you willing to try? You know what I mean? Because I don't know why, but every time I just have the determination to get something, I get it, man. I get it. So I know that as long as I have that determination, I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve. So that's why I say it's important to have that determination, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.